Welcome to New Philadelphia, the first town in the United States founded by an African American. This short trail will take you through the heart of New Philadelphia. The original town plat of 1836 consisted of 20 blocks with 144 lots. The town grew slowly, with only 3 families living here in 1845. The population peaked between 1855 and 1865, when about 15 families lived here at any given time. Life was always changing at New Philadelphia. The town was a haven for escaping slaves, for newly freed people, for the widows and orphans of the Civil War. New people moved in from New England, Ohio, and Kentucky. Others moved out to seek better lives in the West. The community survived for more than 100 years, dispersing after World War II when the school closed and many families moved to cities. This tour focuses on the middle of the 19th century, when New Philadelphia was in its heyday. Welcome to New Philadelphia. We have returned to the front door of New Philadelphia. David A. Kittle, an Ohio native, operated a store here in 1850. We know that Chester Churchill, the founder of Kinderhook, was licensed to sell goods in New Philadelphia in the 1830s, and that some kind of country store survived into the 20th century. The New Philadelphia community also traded in Barry, Pittsfield, and Griggsville. Thank you for touring the site of New Philadelphia. Please visit our website to see how you can help preserve this important archaeological site and the memory of Free Frank McWhorter's achievements at www.newphiladelphiail.org. A blacksmith shop operated near the Blacktop Road until 1915. Many farmers, including Frank McWhorter, had some blacksmithing tools and skills, but they also relied on professional smiths to make and repair iron objects for use on the farm and in the home. A trivet with a heart-shaped handle found in Louisa Clark McWhorter's house could have been made by either her brother Alexander Clark or her son Squire McWhorter Jr., both of whom were blacksmiths. A blacksmith shop operated beyond Frank McWhorter's farm. The railroad runs diagonally across the township. When the railroad was built in 1869, it did not stop in New Philadelphia, but rather in Hadley Station, less than 3/4 of a mile to the northwest. Some researchers argue that the Hannibal and Naples Railroad, based in the former slave state of Missouri, deliberately bypassed this partly African American community. Others point out that Hadley Station was so close to New Philadelphia that it made no difference to the surrounding community, that it was on McWhorter property, and that the route avoided low-lying, flood-prone areas. Martin and George Kimbrough bought the old schoolhouse, and researchers speculate they moved it across the road to Block 9, the only property they ever owned. Originally named Martin Van Buren and George Washington, the brothers were born in Missouri, enslaved to the Kimbrough family. During the Civil War, they joined the 5th Heavy Artillery Regiment of U.S. colored troops. After the war, they came to Pike County, where they took the surname of their former owner and made their living as farm laborers. They are buried in the McWhorter Cemetery.